How to make antimatter. If you don't know, antimatter is a special type of matter with opposite charge, which is very unstable and annihilates on contact with normal matter. It doesn't exist permanently in nature, so we have to make it ourselves to study it. But how do we even do that? Well, that depends on which antiparticle you want to create, because many different reactions produce different antimatter particles. For electrons, for example, it's really easy. In the alpha experiment at CERN, the first lab to ever isolate antimatter, they used the radioactive decay of sodium-22 isotopes, which produce anti-electrons, known as positrons. Stuff like protons, however, is much heavier than electrons and thus harder to make. In this case, we use the classic method of launching a bunch of really fast and massive particles against really massive atoms, so that due to the sheer energy of the collision, particles are generated. And some of these particles are antiprotons, which we can isolate. In fact, with an antiproton and a positron, we can make antihydrogen, which is actually what the alpha experiment is all about. But how do we prevent these particles from annihilating with normal particles as soon as they're formed? Well, antiprotons and positrons, for example, have charge, so electromagnetic fields can keep them afloat. However, antihydrogen atoms are neutral, but they have a magnetic moment, so if we cool them down enough, we can actually trap them with really strong magnetic fields. And now you know.